My goodness, what an entrance. When you step off the train at Rotterdam Central, you realize that it's not just a station you've arrived at, but a statement. The platform leads to a grand, gleaming hall. It feels less like a place for catching trains and more like a gateway to another world. A city that has decided to live in tomorrow, today. Sunlight pours through the vast glass facade, illuminating the bustling crowds below. Each person a tiny character in this grand theater of modern life. It's simply breathtaking and very different. This is a city that announces its intentions from the very first moment. The air here buzzes with an infectious energy, a palpable thrum of innovation and forward momentum. You can almost feel the city breathing around you. It's a clean, crisp sort of energy, filled with the sounds of bicycle bells, the gentle hum of trams gliding past, and a wonderful medley of languages from every corner of the globe. Stand for a moment, simply absorbing it all. It's a place that doesn't just welcome you, it sweeps you up in its dynamic embrace. The feeling is one of immense possibility, as if anything could happen around the next perfectly designed corner. Leaving the station, the city unfolds before you like a pop-up book of architectural wonders. We simply must talk about the skyline. Oh, the skyline of Rotterdam. It's a jagged, thrilling masterpiece, a collection of skyscrapers that seem to compete with one another. Standing by the water, you see this incredible silhouette etched against the Dutch sky. There's the famous De Rotterdam, a trio of interconnected towers designed by the brilliant Rem Koolhaas. It appears to shift and change its shape as you move, a clever trick of the eye that is just so very Rotterdam. This isn't just a random collection of tall buildings, it's a curated gallery of architectural ambition, a testament to human creativity. Each building tells a part of the city's story. The devastating bombing of 1940 flattened the city center, leaving a blank canvas. What a daunting task that must have been, to rebuild from the ashes. Thoughtfully placed public art brings warmth and character to the urban landscape. It's the human-scale details that make everyday life here feel truly inviting. It's a concrete jungle, yes, but one that sings a rather beautiful and harmonious song. Walking through the streets feels like turning the pages of an architectural history book written in the future tense. And it's not just about height, you see. Now, if you think a food market is just a place to buy your carrots cheese, you simply must visit the Markthal. It is, without a shadow of a doubt, one of the most astonishing buildings you step into. You find yourself in a cavernous hall, buzzing with life, color, and the most delicious smells. The sheer scale of it is simply magnificent. The ceiling, oh, the ceiling. It's been nicknamed the Sistine Chapel of Rotterdam, and for very good reason. It depicts enormous fruits, vegetables, flowers, insects, all tumbling through a brilliant blue sky. It's so vivid and immersive that you feel like a tiny beetle wandering through a giant's garden. Stalls are piled high with glistening olives, artisan cheeses, freshly baked bread, and exotic spices. You can find everything here, from traditional Dutch stroopwafels, made fresh and warm right in front of you, to Spanish tapas, Vietnamese pho, Italian gelato. It's not just a market, it's the city's living room, a place where people come together to eat, to shop, and to simply be. Just a stone's throw from the Markthal, one encounters another of Rotterdam's architectural oddities. Imagine a forest, but instead of trees, you have houses. Bright yellow cubes, tilted at a seemingly impossible angle, perched atop hexagonal pillars. Designed by Piet Blom in the 1980s, the concept was to create a village within a city, a dense, forest-like community, wonderfully whimsical. Walking beneath the canopy of tilted cubes is a strange and wonderful experience. Luckily, one of the cubes is open to the public as a show house museum, and you have the chance to look inside. How do you hang a picture on a slanted wall? Where do you put your wardrobe? The mind boggles, but in a very amusing way. They create a sheltered public space below, small shops and studios tucked into the pillars. In a city defined by its sleek, powerful skyscrapers, this little cluster provides a delightful counterpoint. They are a perfect, cheerful embodiment of the city's creative soul, and they never fail to bring a smile to everyone's face. Color and daring to be different. They represent a willingness to experiment, to take risks, Connecting the north and south of the city is a structure of such elegance and grace that it has become the undisputed icon of Rotterdam. Nicknamed De Zwaan, the Swan, the single tall white pylon curving into the sky. The pylon is held in place by a fan of steel cables, creating a delicate harp-like effect that is simply stunning, especially when illuminated against the night sky. Crossing the bridge is an experience in itself. Whether you're on a bicycle, a tram, or simply walking, a tram, or cyclists pedaling with determination against the breeze, the views from the bridge are absolutely spectacular. To one side, the dramatic modern skyline, to the other, the redeveloped southern banks, the Kop van Zuid. You see small pleasure boats chugging along, and large container ships and port traffic, a reminder of the port's proximity. The bridge, completed in 1996, was a catalyst for change. It linked the historic city center with formerly industrial southern districts, sparking regeneration. This city is a triumph of engineering and aesthetic beauty. It perfectly encapsulates Rotterdam's character: strong, elegant, forward-looking, a commitment to unifying and developing the entire city. To truly understand Rotterdam, one must understand its port. It is the very reason for the city's existence, its economic engine, colossal container ships, towering cranes like metallic dinosaurs, sprawling terminals, the source of its gritty can-do mentality. For centuries, this has been Europe's gateway to the world. Today, it remains one of the largest and busiest ports on the planet. Taking a boat tour, or speedo, is an absolute must. As you glide away from the city center, the skyline gives way to a different kind of giant. Colossal container ships, cranes lift containers, tugboats guide massive vessels, and a perfectly choreographed industrial ballet unfolds. Tugboats guide massive vessels, barges navigate intricate waterways, automation arrived, robotic cranes, driverless vehicles, but human ingenuity remains central. From sustainable shipping fuels to cutting-edge logistics tech, the port is always looking ahead. A sprawling, dynamic landscape, integral to Rotterdam's identity as the skyline and the cube houses. For a city so renowned for its concrete and steel, Rotterdam is surprisingly green. One of our favorites is simply called Het Park, located near the Euromast. On a sunny afternoon, it's filled with people enjoying the simple pleasures of life. Couples stroll, friends play music, students read their books on blankets. An elderly gentleman engaged in a serious game of boules. A father patiently taught his small child to ride a scooter. A young woman breezed past on her bicycle, her basket filled with flowers. You should take a moment to sit on a bench and just watch the world go by. The gentle murmur of conversations blended with the sound of birdsong. It's in these quiet, unscripted moments that you truly get a feel for a city's soul. Beyond the parks, green spaces are cleverly integrated. Rooftop gardens, green walls, charming squares. This commitment to greening the urban environment is part of Rotterdam's forward-thinking approach. It shows a deep understanding that a truly modern city is not just about impressive structures, but about the quality of life for the people who inhabit it. These green pockets of tranquility are just as vital to the city's identity as its most famous landmarks. One cannot truly know a city until one has tasted it. In a delightful little cafe, a traditional pub, you can order a portion of bitterballen. They are marvelous things, crispy, deep-fried balls filled with a rich, savory meat ragu, served piping hot with a dollop of sharp mustard. They are the perfect accompaniment to a glass of local beer and a good chat. Thanks to its history as a major port, Rotterdam has long been a melting pot of cultures, and this is beautifully reflected in its food. You can wander through the streets of West Kruiskade, Rotterdam's own Chinatown, dim sum, Surinamese roti, Turkish bakeries. The choice is simply overwhelming. For a taste of the modern Rotterdam food scene, you should visit to the Phoenix Food Factory. You can buy bread straight from the baker, cheese from the cheesemonger. Then assemble your own delicious platter to enjoy on the waterfront terrace. The atmosphere is buzzing, filled with locals enjoying high-quality, locally produced food and drink. This blend of old and new is what makes eating and drinking in Rotterdam so exciting. The locals have a genuine pride in their food, whether it's a simple cone of patat met or a sophisticated tasting menu. Food here is about connection, community, and celebrating the diverse ingredients and people that make the city so vibrant. It is a delicious exploration, and you leave feeling very well fed indeed. As your day in this remarkable city drew to a close, you can stand on the Willemsplein, near the foot of the Erasmus Bridge, and watch the sun begin its slow descent. The sky, which had been a brilliant blue all day, orange, pink, gold. The setting sun caught the glass facades, setting them ablaze. The entire skyline was transformed into a breathtaking work of art. The water of the Maas mirrored the spectacular colors, creating a shimmering liquid tapestry. The graceful white form of the swan was silhouetted against the vibrant backdrop. The city seemed to take a collective, gentle breath. A few water taxis still zipped across the river, their wakes creating golden ripples. There are a lot of things that make Rotterdam so uniquely inspiring. It's a city that wears its history not as a burden, but as a catalyst for reinvention. The genius of the Markthal, the whimsy of the cube houses, the grace of the Erasmus Bridge. It encourages you to look up, to dream bigger, and to imagine the possibilities. As the last sliver of sun disappears, leaving the sky a deep, velvety purple, the city lights begin to twinkle like fallen stars. You feel an immense sense of optimism. This city doesn't just show you the future, it makes you feel excited to be a part of it. What a truly magnificent place. If you liked this video, it would really help us if you like and subscribe for more adventures. Thank you.